City in their pale blue shirts and white shorts, attacking the goal to our right. Usual tremendous atmosphere of a derby match. And the crowd waiting to see whether this will indeed be the match of the night. Manchester United wearing the dark shorts. And they've had news this afternoon that there's an addition to their players' pool, with Gordon Hill having been signed from Millwall. And according to Tommy Docherty, Gordon Hill will play on Saturday. So you could say that apart from playing for success in the Cup, somebody out there is playing for his place as well in the United side. First free kick to be taken by Oakes. Joe Royle is up. So is Dave Watson. Bell. Blocked everywhere and put in by Jewett. Fastest goals in the derby match. And Paddy Roach, who's never played in a derby match before, beaten before he's touched the ball. Watson with the initial header. Royle was in the way. Bell shot blocked, then Watson again came down to Jewett, and it's 1-0 City.
Peter, so many City players had a kick at that ball at that point before Dennis Stewart was in the net.
There was, Dickie. I mean, I think Colin Bell had a volley blocked, and Joe Royle had a swipe at it, and a bit of luck, I think, to that goal, but certainly got us off to a great start.
A vital goal, 35 seconds, I gather, into the start of the game, Bobby.
Yes, well, that's important. But City had plenty of players in there. It's not surprising. It was very cluttered, wasn't it?
It was.
And Bell again forced to concede the corner. Koppel again to cut it out a little bit too much. Buchan, and Koppel, if he can get there, is onside. Macari is in the middle. But the speed to get there costs him the control when you reach there. Straight back by Macari. And away by Doyle. Mike Doyle captaining Manchester City for the first time in a derby match, although this is his 20th appearance. Pearson. Doyle again. Royle. Nice header. Jewett, space on the right for Colin Bell. He fell over the ball. And Bell has remained down. Jackson. Doyle doing all the covering at the back at the moment. McElroy. Pearson, nice touch. Alan Oakes in very positively. Stuart Pearson down again, and we've got two bodies. That's the United body, Stuart Pearson. The second time in the opening minutes, and Colin Bell of Manchester City.
Colin Bell in deep trouble, I think, at that point, Peter. They seem to be more concerned about the United player, but Colin Bell had already suffered quite a severe injury, hadn't he, at that point?
It was a very unfortunate tackle, Dickie, and I think it was one to go and continue to keep Colin out of the team for 2 or 3 years with a very bad knee injury. And I think it was a big loss for Manchester City at the time, losing a player of his stature, and I don't think he was ever the same when he came back 2 or 3 years later. Like I say, it was a sad loss to the team because at such a great age, I think he was 28, 29 years of age, with so much experience still left in him to help the young
loss for England as well at that point, Bobby.
Colin Bell was a great player. I played with him in England, for England quite often, and he was a tremendous player, great worker, but a very, very skillful player. And I was really sorry about this because I think this really was the end of his career. You know, nobody thought it at the time, but he suffered really severe injury and never really played again. not to the standard that he would have liked.
No,
anyway.
no. And when you suffer that kind of injury that could end a career, then there are financial problems sometimes, aren't there, really?
Yeah, but he was a bright lad, fortunately, Colin Bell, and he had taken out, I think, personal insurance a long time before that, thinking that one day maybe this might happen, and he obviously was well advised. And unfortunately, he had no problems financially afterwards, but that's nothing to the loss that he had and not being able to play.
And moral there from all the young players today, I suppose, Bobby, when you think of it.
Well, clubs do insure their players, but of course, if someone has to pack the game in, then it's at the discretion of the clubs whether how much they give the player as his share of the compensation. But he was bright enough to do it himself.
No substitutions have been made by Manchester City as yet. Royal. The little man against the big man, the little one winning. Lou Macari. Daly. Nicol. Greenough. Buchan. Here's Jackson. It's not a bad attempt. Oh, how confidently and almost arrogantly taken by Joe Corrigan. It's the sort of form he's been in this season. But not with his kicking. Houston. Jackson. Houston. It's an awkward one. Coppell couldn't get it in. Another terrible mix-up. Pearson. Blocked by Oakes. Well, it all happened. In, out, in, out, in, out, and finally out. Coppell was the nearest to getting it in. There he is, right on the line. Came out to Pearson. Blocked by Oakes. Though he didn't know too much about it, and away for the corner by Doyle. McElroy with the flick. Another corner. With Macari, Coppell at the far post. Clements with Macari. Again taken a bit shorter. Jackson. Stewart. Didn't take the moment to look up. The boos are for Buchan, who was involved in that challenge with Bell. Free kick has been given. Tommy Booth waiting to come on. So sadly for Manchester City, indeed for the game, we've seen the last of Colin Bell tonight. The challenge that caused the injury was not seen as a foul by the referee. Nicol with the free kick. Just a slight moisture on the top surface. Pearson getting in at the back. Houston. Two teams drew 2 each in the league match in September. Greenough, Buchan. That could be seen by Oakes and has been. But unable to do anything about it, having seen it. Coppell finding the keeper. Chased all the way by McElroy and by David Watson. Houston, and the foot up was why that was given. Tommy Booth playing in place of Colin Bell in midfield. Hasn't gone into defence. Flick on by Lou Macari. Mike Doyle. Barnes. Picked it up well, in for the shooting chance. Was just nudged off that by Houston, but good pace by Barnes. Let's look and see whether the elbow was up a little bit for Stuart Houston, number 3. My suspicion is that it was, and indeed it was. Enough to put him off.
Just leaned on you a bit.
He leaned on you a bit, did he actually, Peter?
I was just saying to Bobby, just leant on me a bit and knocked me off balance.
Yeah.
I've just winding my leg back to shoot there.
I know.
Well, he had a lethal left foot, you see, and I think coming in certainly from the right-hand side of the field, they didn't want to let him have a clear shot at goal. So I could understand why they were worried.
Yes.
The runner. Doyle the cover. Instruction given against Ken Clements. United have been threatening an equaliser ever since City scored. Nodded down by Pearson. Daly locked away for a corner, came off Doyle, I think. Again, a narrow escape for Manchester City. Daly with the header came off Doyle's chest, almost his throat. Over the top from Buchan. This is the third time the two sides have been drawn against each other in the Football League Cup competition. Drawn in the semi-finals of 69-70 when City won, and in 74-75 the third round when United won. And the score in this match in 1975-76, 1-0 to Manchester City. Oakes found its way through. Donachie, Joe Royle, must be Asa Hartford. A fine ball through, started that. Royle in the air, and look at the space. Buddy Roach did all he could to get there, but nobody picked up Hartford as he came in. And again, as we saw on Saturday, Manchester United in trouble in the air at the back. And Paddy Roach beaten twice.
Peter, a well-worked goal, that.
Yeah, it was a wonderful cross from Willie Donachie, I think it was, deep into the penalty area. I think Joe Royle, being so big at the time, lent. And I think the centre-half, I think it was Gordon McQueen. And it fell nicely for Asa Hartford. Yeah. And then she was lethal from 6 yards.
And yet, Bobby, you'd had two great chances to put the ball on the net.
Oh, I mean, unbelievable, really, how easy they seem to be. The chances coming at a period when City really should have capitalised on their early goal. But it just showed you the United's frailty at the back in as much as they didn't have any big central defenders in those days. Martin Buchan wasn't a very tall man. Brian Greenough also, not the biggest, and both goals have come from high crosses.
He's got about an inch advantage over Greenough. Hartford. Doyle. Really setting a captain's example in this match so far, Doyle, looking very composed. Stewart. A lot of wandering. Booth on the right. Jackson coming across. Hartford. City really playing some stuff now. Real zinger from Asa Hartford. And the news from the team benches is not good about Colin Bell. He's got a very badly torn thigh muscle and is certain to miss the England game and could well be out for a month. Pearson. Ball ending up between Coppell and Nicol. Donachie. Hartford. On a bit too long, but certainly City prepared to go for the 25-30 yard ball out to the wings. Pearson. A tackle by Watson. Possible England centre-forward against possible England centre-half for next Wednesday. And it's a corner. So a bit of change there for Stuart Pearson. It's United's fourth corner. And they've called some alarms in the 6-yard box, which maybe was in the mind of Doyle then. Doyle who won it. Greenough and Nicol getting in each other's way. As a result of which, Greenough fouled Barnes. Jackson. McElroy. Jackson. Macari. United having to work hard to lose their markers. Dog just got a touch then, and it was a vital one. Nicely played out by Oakes to Jewett, who has Barnes left and Royal right. Jewett going near post. Just a bit long. But a much quicker, simpler build-up by Manchester City. That Oakes starting it at the back, then Jewett on the end of it. Running Houston and scoring. Jewett looks in delight to the crowd and to the spectators, but the looks of Houston and Roach tell a tale too. Look at this. He seemed to be forced wide, and there was an enormous gap there that Roach left, sad to say.
You wouldn't disagree with Barry Davis there at all, would you, Bobby?
No, I think his positioning was wrong there. But Martin Buchan as well, you know, for the experienced player that he was, to lose possession in the middle of the field like that unnecessarily really caused the problem. He's more a right-footed player than a left-footed player, but just shows, you know, if you can use both feet, it's a great advantage. And he was caught on his left side and lost possession and paid the ultimate price.
I must say, Dennis Chilwell wouldn't have thought he was actually going to have a goal on the end of that run, would you?
No, that was Dennis's strengths, Dickie. He was good at running at people, taking players on. He must have ran 30-40 yards there with the ball and finished off having a good shot, and possibly Roach, looking back, may have done better because it went sort of under his hands a little bit. To be beat at the near post is the goalkeeper's nightmare, I think, isn't it?
3-0.
Makes 6 goals in the League Cup for Dennis Jewett, and what power of shooting. Pearson. Kept his balance well. The corner conceded by Doyle. And And Doyle again rollicking somebody behind him. Clements, presumably for not shouting, because Corrigan could have picked that up. Jackson 4, Houston 3, Macari 10. Pearson! Off the line by Hartford. Really had no luck in the 6-yard box, United. Pearson, a very good header. Hartford doing the right back's job. Flicked down. Oh! Brilliant turn over the top. Although he was worried. I thought for a moment it might come down inside. Flicked on. The stretch of the big man turning it over. United, it's their 7th corner. So the tally is 7 corners to 0 in their favour, and yet they're 3 goals down. Jackson. Buchan. Doyle. Pearson. Jackson. Oakes, Stewart, Joe Royal. Tommy Jackson chasing back. Still he gets the crossover away by Greenough. Dennis Stewart having one of those nights. Another fine ball. City's certainly making the ball do the work. There's a great contrast in the styles of the two sides. Doyle, blocked by Lou Macari. Just look at this. Hartford. Whistle's gone for offside against Barnes.
Taylor.
Bobby, this is hard to bear, isn't it? I mean, City are playing some fine football.
I was just thinking the same myself, Dickie. Yeah, if you're a United fan or a United player, 3-0 down in the first half with not much chance of actually taking the points, it's a nightmare. You hope it'll never happen, I think. But,
yeah, League Cup match. Yeah.
But against City, this must be... I would imagine there's some United fans probably left already, you know, and we're still playing in the first half.
On their way home. Tears streaming down their faces.
That's football, eh?
It is.
Clements. Royal. Stewart. Royal down the line. Seem to be finding so much room. Foul by Jackson. Clements at the free kick. Nicol, Oakes, Koppel, Pearson, Daly. It's the link between midfield and up front, which is not working that smoothly. Had no chance then. Lost his legs thanks to Kenny Clements. A few quick words from Jack Taylor. Oh, what a good try by Houston. And Corrigan might wonder why there was nobody on that post. Look, it's completely empty. I think it might have hit the post anyway, but obviously Corrigan had to go for it. There was no cover on that post. Goalkeeper's job to organise it, I would have thought. Away by Doyle. Ten minutes of the half remaining. Manchester City leading 3-0. Tommy Booth being waved back. There were people at Anfield on Saturday who felt that the Stretford Enders outsung the Kop. Not too much noise coming from the Stretford Enders tonight here. United throw given. United in desperate need of a goal before half-time. McElroy. Sammy McElroy, in fact, made his debut in the derby match in a 3-3 draw. Oakes away. Greenough. Everything seems to go to Doyle. Hartford.
So with minutes to come to half-time, Peter, very satisfactory performance by City.
It was, especially playing at home, and certainly the lads were very confident at half-time. Going into the match, second half, winning 3-0 at half-time. But I think there's a lot of concern the players' faces for Colin Bell. We were worried more about how he was with that injury.
Yeah.
At the
Is
time.
it your first derby game, this one?
Yes. I think it was my first one, maybe my second one. But, first one we'd won 4-0. First one I played in which we won 4-0.
Or maybe the injury to Colin Bell inspired, not the injury itself, but the fact that, that he was off, they felt they had to really battle down.
I would think that helped the players as well. But I think against anybody, if you're 3-0 up at half-time, you must feel pretty confident.
Booth. Greenough. Oakes. Hartford. It's on for the left. Oh, lovely dummy. Good tackle by Buchan. Lovely run by Hartford. Feinted to shoot with his left and then just carried forward. And that's the last action of the first half. Stuart Houston going off limping, and indeed Manchester United going off limping. Stewart, 2 of the goals on his second hat-trick in the competition. But it's almost exactly 3 years since City last scored 3 against Manchester United. Really the first 45 minutes, a fine exhibition of direct, simple football. City players running at opponents, forcing them into errors, forcing them to commit themselves. Brian Greenough for Manchester United. It has to be said, are not playing as well as they played at Anfield on Saturday. Steve Coppell, giving it to Jimmy Nicholl. He's got very fond memories of Manchester City. Lucky enough to put through his own goal in the league game here, Nicholl. There's Pearson. It's a nice turn. Coppell. Did it very cleanly. Finds Barnes. Stewart hanging back. Curl for Royal, the nod down. Well turned over indeed by Roach. But again the ball given away at the back. Barnes who did the spade work. And Greenoff's header going straight to the feet of Asa Hartford. Manchester City's first corner of the match. Doyle, away by Houston. Pearson. Joe Royle is onside. Watson. Hartford finding Alan Oakes. City back in their rhythm. Barnes. It's a goal kick. Two early bits of skill in this half from Peter Barnes. And the comparison with Rodney Marsh is about skill. And David McCreary is coming on in place of Tommy Jackson. United seem to have left their board behind. Doyle, Booth, Oakes, beautifully done by Barnes. He's got Royle on the touchline if he's seen him. May not need him. Jewett far post. Houston covering and Greenoff very happy to put it out of harm's way. A lovely run by Peter Barnes.
Peter, you're having a real purple patch in the second half, aren't you? Right from the kick-off, virtually.
Yeah, I think the team was playing with confidence at the time, and makes it a lot easier when you're winning 3-0 at half-time and you come out for the second half. And it was exciting times at that particular stage in the 70s, and both sides playing with wingers, and it was an exciting era to play in football.
Causing havoc, though, wasn't he, Bobby?
Yes, yes. Well, he had speed, you see, and he had really good close control, did Peter. And of course, once he got near the edge of the box, he also had the quality of actually scoring goals. So it was a danger, you know, and a big worry to United. And in the situation 3-0 down, or worse, you know, I mean, we couldn't have thought of a worse scenario, really.
McElroy. And even when a United player gets through with a run like that, they find Corrigan in the sort of form that he's been showing all season. Sammy McElroy. Sort of shot I know a goalkeeper was expected to save. Doyle there before Houston. Got to be spread wide and is Buchan. Pearson, if it'll come down. Well, he was unlucky. And he's hurt his right leg, I think. Or was it a clash of heads? Well, we can have a look and see. Buchan it was who knocked it back. Difficult bouncing ball for Pearson. No, it was leg. Royle, another very subtle header. Jewett spreading it out to Barnes, but too hard. "15 minutes left, still 3-0 the score. Free kick against Donachie from the hobbling Pearson. Attempt by Koffel. Barnes, beautifully played off, and up comes Stewart. First time pass, 2 one-touches there. Stewart! Good save by Roach. Again, plenty of power in the shot. Stewart running in. after Barnes and Hartford had done the setup. Daw coming late for the corner. Macari, Daly. Nothing ball that Macari was given. Given away by Nicol. And 4 against 4 here. Donachie with the ball, now Barnes. Royal. In the sort of form that City have shown tonight is causing disaster. Donachie to Barnes just getting under control, and Royal completing it to perfection.
Well, Joe Royal enjoyed that goal, didn't he, Bobby?
Yeah, Joe, yeah. You wish he was as slim now, Joe. but that particular goal, I remember watching it and thinking 3 players, when the ball went out to the left-hand side of the field, 3 United players went. You know, they didn't think, they didn't look round, they weren't aware of other dangers and left Joe on his own. It was typical of the performance that day. Yeah. You know, just the concentration wasn't there.
But Barnsley, of course, actually crossed the ball anyway.
Yes, of course. Yeah. But it was because City were playing so well, really.
Yeah.
No excuses. City were the better team today.
Good tackle by Greenough. Watson.
Well, Joe Corrigan's got the ball. He certainly feels that net, doesn't he, Peter? I mean, he's had a great game.
It was just a turning point in Joe's career, really, Dickie, because before then he'd had a terrible time. They dropped him to reserves about 3 or 4 years earlier, and he had a big weight problem, Joe, as he'd be the first to admit. And he was on the verge of leaving City at one time. People forget he got sent to the reserve team to play. Every time he came out for a ball and caught it, the crowd would laugh at him and call him. But give Joe his due. He fought hard and he got back in the first team, won the crowd over, and then eventually went on to play for England.
And he's doing a very useful job now, Bobby, isn't he?
Yes, Joe is a goalkeeping coach at Liverpool. When we played Liverpool not so long ago, I remember seeing Joe walk out and I was very pleased. He obviously knows the game, he certainly knows the goalkeeping business, and I'm really pleased to see him doing so well now. Pity he did so well this time.
Dipped rather nastily and late. On the head of Pearson. Greenough. Sadly for him, way off too. Royal. Greenough. Quite instinctive. That was with the right foot, but it still found its man, Jewett. Jewett again! Would have been one of the classics, but wiped away by Roach. Pearson. McElroy. Booth and Doyle sorting it out. Oakes, Barnes. Perhaps on that occasion wrong to go it alone. But forgive such mistakes to youth. Came off Watson's left knee. Referee playing the advantage. Well found Macari by McElroy. City's night without any question, and one that the team and their supporters will